Hi guys, welcome to the channel today. I thought to end the new year we'll do a flight from Dusseldorf down into London Heathrow. Gonna go with the Zibo, and we're using the real-time weather along with the reshade as well, so it should be pretty nice once we get above the clouds. And with that all said, now we can go into the cockpit and get the aircraft all set up for our departure. So we're going to be going from runway 05 right, and our arrival runway is going to be 09 left. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as we do channel flights regularly and daily, and we've got our 4K videos as well. So we've got reshade in today, so we should see it when we get above the clouds. We should see them nice bright white clouds with the dark textures in the cockpit. So we've got our batteries on and guarded, ground power's on, AC DC bat and ground power, which is on. We can do our left and right IRS. Okay, so whilst we wait for that, we've got a cab util power and IFE pass, which are both on. Emergency exit lights, which can go on. There we go. No smoking and exterior, but we'll just put them on. Anti-collision light off. Probe heat as required. Window heat we can put on. So we'll test that. And then we'll put them on. And then we've got a IRS position. That should go out in just a second. As soon as it does, then we'll switch it to nav. There we go. Okay, so switch them to nav, and now go into the FMC, and we'll just set everything up. Okay, so we've got our fuel, this is all good. So we'll go in and get our IRS, which will line us up with Dusseldorf. So we're going from Echo Delta Delta Lima, and we're going to Echo Golf Lima Lima. For our departure, we're going for runway 05 right, and we're going to take the NetX, I think it's the 3 Zulu. Yep, we're going to take the NetX 3 Zulu, and then from there we're going to take the Zulu 282, and then the Lima 179 to Nick, and then the Lima 612 or 610, and that will take us to Lambon, and then from there we're then going to take the Ockham 1 Hotel onto runway 0. We'll do 09 right. Okay, so now we can activate that. Now we'll go into our perf. Let's just set up our reserves. Our cost index is 44, and we're going to go for 280. Okay, so let's get our outside temperature. We'll do full takeoff and climb. For our runways weather or winds, it is 360 at 03. Okay, we'll do flaps 5. So we got 151,166 on the V2, and we can put our altitude of 280. Okay, and we got a trim of 5.1. So we'll do that in just a sec. Now I can just set all of this up. So 280, 166. Can arm the flight directors, and we'll leave that all good. Okay, so up above now, we can carry on with our checklist as the aircraft is set. So we'll put our trim air on. Next up, we've got our isolation valve open, left and right recircs are auto. Fuel before APU starts, we're going to start the APU anyway, so we may as well do that now. Cruise and landing altitudes as well. So let's do that. 280 and a land of airport elevation for Heathrow is 83, so I'll leave it at 50. Should be alright there. So that's all set. We'll wait for the APU to come on. We've got our route, our altimeters, we can set that quickly as well whilst we're here. There we go. So altimeter is 1034 and our baro is, we'll turn that off though. Our baro for Heathrow is 280. Okay, so that's all set. Okay, let's do the same over here. 1034. Okay, so there's 280. Let's put the APU gens on the APU bleed. Turn our electrics on. We can turn the packs on just for now. Okay, turn our anti-collision on. Get our fuel pumps on too. And we want to be pushed back at around here to come out on Papa 4. Then we can swing left. There we go.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Okay, so we're ready now.
Ground to cockpit. Toes driving up.
How's it going, Shiny Arts? And what's going on, my man? Peary out. Hope you're all well. So we've just got the fuel, the truck coming to get us now. APU bleed on. Let's turn our packs off. What we can also do is, now we are over, we can disconnect the GPU as well.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect. Set parking brake.
Okay, parking brake is... Oops. I thought you meant disconnect it. Okay, so he's driving up now.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay. Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start the engines.
Okay, so start engine number 1. Okay, so number 1's online. Now we're going to do number 2. Don't know how to go on. How's it going, Matthew? Hope you're well, my man. Okay, so that's number 2. Now on. We'll arm the auto throttles. Minimums are
Operation complete. Please set parking brake.
Okay, parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Turn out your damper on, and our probe heat can go on. Can turn our packs back onto auto. Can turn off the APU bleed. Whoops. Let's get that back on. Go. Turn our isolation valve back onto auto. And now, there we go. Didn't move over to the gen. Okay. So that's all good. Let's just set that back up.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. I'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay, we'll see you soon. So, we're going to come out of Papa 1. And then once we come out of Papa 4, sorry, we're going to turn left, go straight down Mike onto Lima 9, which is the hold 405, right? So everything's all set, QNH is set, altitudes are all set. We've just got to basically turn on our runway tunnels, taxis, and everything else is alright. We can turn on the wing light, I like that. We can now go ahead and drop into our flaps 5. Okay. So, everything's all set. Let's release the parking brake and spool up. Put our auto brake onto RTO. So we'll turn a left here off of Papa 4 onto Mike. And I do want it to about 11:30. There we go. So we'll turn left here. We are using the reshade, so shouldn't see some nice dark colours in the most darkened cockpit. What we can do actually is put our panel lights on, and that is on gen now. How's it going, Epic Gamer? How's it going, Joe? Yeah, I do. I haven't used VATSIM properly. I've tuned in and had a little look, but apart from that, I haven't really gone on to VATSIM yet, Joe. We will soon, eventually. There's Lima 8, and we'll take Lima 9. Yeah, I will eventually go onto VATSIM and get it all going. Okay, so here's Lima 9, which we're going to head into now. If I can get a little wing view. Okay, right, let's make that turn round. There's runway 05 right. Okay. So let's turn our strobes on and our wheel. Don't speak any other languages, Epic Gamer. Only English. Wouldn't mind speaking other languages, but English is that's all I know for now. So we're lined up now, straight 405 right. We'll set the brakes, and what we can do now is everything is okay. We can activate the LNAV and VNAV, well, arm it. Can put on our landing lights, which are on. Everything else is all good. Cabin's all set. So let's go. Okay, so we've got the clock. Brake released. Spool to 40. And toga. Okay, airspeed's active.
80 knots.
Check.
rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Check. Now we'll get the flight director in. Okay, so just come up a little bit more.
1000.
Go to flaps 1. Okay, so just carry on straight ahead now. Won't activate the L-level VNAV until we get out of the clouds. Do a bit of manual flying. Okay, flaps up. Okay, so just come through the clouds now. Ready for that left turn. There we go, let's make that left turn. Okay, and now we can activate the autopilot and set our QNHs to standard. And there we are, we're now up. Thanks Jake, love it. Now it all depends on the temperature at the airport, and then the FMC will calculate what your best performance is like with your weight and the temperature, to then limit the throttles to whatever is necessary. Let's take a little look outside. Nice clear day. Let's go over here. Okay, so we're just climbing through 8,000 for 280. Hope everybody had a great Christmas and is looking forward to the new year, as this will be the last flight in 2019. In the FMC, Jake, if we go into our initial rev, right, I'll show you that. Not on here, but when you go into your perf and then you go into your N1 limit, and here you would have either what climb setting or whatever speed setting for takeoff that you would like. So we took maximum climb and maximum takeoff thrust that we was able to do. You can lower that to a more slower takeoff. You've got the choice of 3 anyway. Got the reshading as well. Thought I'd put that back in because I haven't used the 757 or the 777 in a little while. So I thought put the reshading back into the Zibo to get things up and running. But apart from that, it's a nice day out. The reshade obviously makes things super bright. Yeah, so it's not too bad. You've got your options with the M1 limits. You know, it's down to your own discretion on what you'd practically like to do. I'll just keep it at full takeoff and full climb. I haven't really messed about with the M1 limits just yet. Does make the reshade make the cockpit a lot more darker, which is nice, instead of seeing like that bright grey. So there's our route all the way to London Heathrow. Well, what I'll do, Jake, is when we come down to land, just a little away from the localizer, when I drop some flaps, I'll put it into wing view, like so, and I'll drop the flaps for you. How's it going, Vex? Hope you're all very well. It's a nice, definitely a nice day for flying. You're welcome. No worries, Jake. Thought we'd do a daytime flight. We're always doing dusk to dawn, dawn to dusk, so thought tonight we'll do something a little bit different. Or today. Head back to London, ready for the new year. Okay, so we're nearly at our top of climb. One thing we could have done was turn off the landing lights and our runway turn-offs with our taxis, and keep the seatbelts on.
Verehrte Gäste, ich darf Sie bitten, dass Sie auf Ihre Plätze zurückkehren und sich dort wieder anschnallen. Vielen Dank.
Oh, looks like we're hitting a little bit of turbulence. It's sort of really to do with preference when the aircraft's on the centre line. Plus, you've got the tiny little lights that run dead centre through the middle of the runway with the centre lines. So you'll hear your wheel, the front wheel, as it bangs over every single one. If you watch a takeoff, you can hear it as it's hitting them lights. It gets faster and faster and faster, and you know that's the front wheel hitting them lights as it goes over. Check it out and have a look, and you'll see. So we've got a nice little bit of wind rock here, which is good because I haven't seen it for ages since doing the real weather. So it's nice to see a little bit of wing shake. See what the cockpit's saying. Okay, so turn off the center pump. Clouds are pretty low in London.
Thousand to go.
We'll do it like we always do. As soon as we see the ground, we'll disconnect and we'll come down. So we've just reached our cruising altitude of 28,000. Didn't want to go too high as we're not exactly too far away from London. Okay. So now we'll level off at 280. Probably get the aircraft to descend a little sooner than usual. Apart from that, top of descent is due at 12:19. So time on the clock now is 11:55. So if anybody's got anything to do, 12:19 on the cockpit clock is when we come down. Okay, so we're coming 149, flaps 40. How's it going, steroids? Hope you're well, my man. It's not a problem, I'm here to help. If we can resolve something, we'll get it sorted. We've still got the landing to go, my man, so you haven't missed too much. It was a very quick departure, as we was right next to 05 right. So it was literally a pushback, roll straight down Mike onto Lima 9 and then straight out, and then departed off round to the left on the NetX 3 Zulu departure. We'll be taking the Ockham 1 hotel on the way in for 9 left. We've got our barrows set up as well, so everything's all ready to come down. I appreciate the support. Should come down on a nice smooth one today, guys. We're coming down at 149, flaps 30, 40. So we're coming down nice and hot. We check the ILS. So we'll intercept. On the charts we've got 2005. What do we have down here? 2005. Yep, so that's all correct. We can go ahead and set the MCP altitude. Okay, let's tell them to start chatting. Yep, you can go ahead and start the service. So been in the air for 16 minutes. Should be. I thought I'd do a daytime flight because we put the reshade back in for the Zibo, so it'll make things even more vibrant and realistic. As I haven't used the 757 or the 777 for a little while, and that was the whole reason why the reshade got taken out, because it won't run the 757. So I thought today, you know what, let's put the reshade back in as soon as we've got a nice big 4K TV, and now we will have some fun. The next video that I do will be it'll be a 4K one, whether it's a little arrival or a departure, as the file sizes are pretty big. But we've got the reshade in there too, so that should just help it be that little bit more realistic. Clouds look lovely though, even with the reshade. It just makes them, gives them that fullness. Everything's all stable now in the cockpit. Have a little look outside. Nice and white, a little rocky. It's nice and white. Yeah, it's a good question, Jake. What plane and airline would I fly for? Well, you know what? If it came down to an airline, I like the 737s. I've grown more to them the more that I fly them. And in terms of programming them, you know, they're very good. Put it that way. But seeing as where I'm from in Luton, and I've got EasyJet as my main hub, then I'd probably have to go onto an Airbus, but I'd probably stick with a 737 and an airline with a 737. I'd go with TUI. Simple. I'd do TUI and take the 737. As years ago, flew to Jamaica with good old Thompson, and TUI to Greece. So yeah, I like TUI. It's a nice airline, nice colours, and it's all round a great airline. There are lots of different airlines that I would fly for. I'd stay on short haul, as I'd find it more fun. You know, setting up on the ground, taxiing off, taking off, you're up in the air for a little while, and then you program her to come all the way back down again. I could do that over and over again. That's the bit that fascinates me the most, is the whole programming of the aircraft, and you know, this big machine, it's a beast. If you don't respect it, it won't respect you. So just hitting a little bit of rough air. It'll start to come down soon. I don't know if I'm going to let the VNAV take us down, or I'll just take us down on a vertical speed. Not too sure. Top of climb's been registering a little bit too close to the airports recently. Not sure why. We've put in our winds. You know, we've got our winds there, but I'm not sure. Not too sure. We've got no discontinuities anyway. 2,500 is when we intercept. That was the main aircraft that I did used to like, was the Airbus. little A319, A320, especially the good old infinite flight days when they just come out newly released. The Airbuses are good, you know. It's just because since I've switched over to X-Plane, and now I've been able to really connect the aircraft and set it up properly. I kind of like the 737 a bit more than the Airbus, if that makes sense. Simulators are great fun, you know, especially when they do what you want it to do. When they don't do what you want it to do, that's when it becomes a pain in the arse, because you think you've set it up correct and then there's just one little thing that you missed and then poof, it's all done. I'd say a simulator all day long, you know, it's very educational, you can learn a lot from it, and you can learn things new all the time. With one thing like, you know, with, let's say, your minimums and your baro, you know, you got your baro and your radio will be for your Cat 2s and 3s, and your baro will be your Cat 1 and anything after that, you know. I had to do some research as there wasn't really a lot on the topic, and you know, now I understand everything fully. It's more exciting and enjoyable when you learn more things, because you can be more precise, more in depth, and you know what you're doing also at the same time. Or a little bit rocky, it should be a good one today when we come down. Practice makes perfect, Jake. Trust me, my man. How's it doing, Captain Rye? Hope you're all well, my man. Welcome to the channel today. As we're not too far away from coming down into a nice sunny Heathrow Airport. It's a little rocky up here, but we're getting along. That's great, Captain Rye. What flight are you flying today on Infinite Flight? Well, soon, my man, we've got the Microsoft 2020 coming out. I'd like to see how that performs. But X-Plane 11, yeah, you got to have X-Plane 11. You know, put a bit of reshading, kit her out a bit, and she's all ready to come along. Graphics on X-Plane are nice. You know, I can't complain, can't fault it. The Zibo is free. You know, how better do you want it for free? You know, there's paywares that aren't even given the quality of this free. Time right now in the UK, my man, is just going on 3:23 PM in the afternoon. So we're still in New Year's Eve. But if I don't catch hold of you, then Happy New Year's to you too, my man. And I hope your flight goes well, Captain Rye. Happy New Year's to everybody on the channel and who's watching right now. Hope you have a great evening and celebrate to your heart's content. Captain Rye, Wizz Air, that's another airline that I like. A nice purple and white aircraft. We get them out of Luton Airport as well. That's a lovely airline too. I wouldn't mind flying with Wizz either. Happy New Year, Steroids. Hope you have a great evening, my man, and celebrate with your family, friends. Viewlin as well, Captain Rye. That's a nice airline. I used to use that in Infinite Flight. The little black, fadey grey and yellow dots. That was a nice airline too. There's lots of nice airlines out there. So you're flying to Barcelona to Athens. Have you already taken off, Captain Rye? Or are you still sitting on the ground preparing? Yeah, the dots on the back of Violin are pretty cool. I like that. So we're not too long. We're around 10 minutes away from coming down. Because what happened, we had the top of descent, it was a little bit too close to the airport, we had to go into a hold. Everything worked out alright, but you don't want to be using hold all the time, just to slow yourself down. I'm using a joystick and throttle, Captain Rye. We're using the Thrustmaster HyperFury X with the throttle as well, which is nice because we get a bit of precision in our power setting. Around 80 miles out now, and around 50, 60 from Heathrow out from there. That's great, Captain Rye. Stick in, stay here. We'll be coming down in 9 minutes time. Jake, what happened in the casual server in Infinite Flight? There's too many crazy people in the casual one. You should go into the expert. You'll be able to at least... well, I went into the expert when I was on Infinite Flight, and I got ghosted because I didn't do nothing wrong. And then I didn't go back on there again. But yeah, no, sometimes I take it a little bit too serious, like the ATC. Yeah, there was one guy on there that he was not having it. He was not having a bar of it. He was determined to ghost me, and he weren't gonna give or budge or let it go. He was not having it. So, you know, what more can you say? Like they try to say, like their decision's final. So, what more can you do? That's great, Captain Rye. But the KLX, yeah, or Manila. Well, let's see if we can butter this baby today. Last flight of 2019. Tomorrow we go into 2020. We've now got 4K set up, so look out for them. We've got 2 videos of 4K already out. Go onto the channel, check the videos. They're already there. You know, now I've got the reshading. I haven't done a 4K video with reshade settings, so I mean, now that reshade should really bring out the 4K out with the daytime, which is why we've done the daytime today, just to see. But we're not running in 4K, just 1080 for the live stream today. But we've got reshade active, so we've got a little bit more darkness, a bit of shadows in the cockpit. Yeah, that's great. That's great, Captain. Wizz Air 2020, and I crossed runway 20 and 02. If we look right ahead, you can actually see the UK. See the border as we're now coming into view. we are, coming up towards Dibley, and then we will go into our star, just where Lambourne is. Top of descent 80 miles, 40, so around 35. Okay, so there is our plan. We'll come down a little earlier. Right now, I would say we are just coming. If we came from Dusseldorf, we should be over the ocean now, but I would have said there, so we've just left basically Amsterdam and that, just over the way, and now we're basically on the water, getting ready to cross over the channel and come in on 09 right. Thought I'd do 9 right, the plan said 09 left, but I wanted 9 right so then we can just intercept the localizer on that right turn instead of having to go over that one. Makes life a little bit more easier, especially if I hit the VOR lock and then the aircraft decides to try and take 2 left or 2 rights instead of 2 left. I did have Discord, Captain Rye. I don't really use it too much. I may consider it soon. I do have a Discord. After the stream's done, best to catch me on Instagram. You know, Captain_Infinite. That's where you catch all my videos of any flights or any upcoming flights coming. And that's great. Congratulations on your 80 subs, my man. Keep it up. Keep pushing. So we're 40 miles away from our top of descent, and I am going to descend there now. That way, if I descend there now, we shouldn't have that craziness when we come down at our top of descent. We should come down at a nice level pace. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So, since we started the descent early, we'll have a lower descent rate. That'd be great, Captain Rye. Good luck on the Istanbul to New York, and make sure you butter that runway, because I'm going to definitely try and butter it today. Now if I check the winds, let's have a look at our winds and see what exactly our winds are saying for us now on the ground, because they was right at Heathrow 0908. Let's check the meter online, make sure that they are. Winds 8 from the east. Yep, 0908, so that's all correct with the real-time weather, so that's good. Well, the 747 will most likely, if it was going to go up to around 41,000, it will just basically step climb, as obviously it would be very heavy. As with the 737 max cruise for that aircraft. Highest I've gone in it is 39,000. I can't remember if I went up to 41. Not too sure. So, come down now. Kapol 280. We've already started our descent. It's better that way, so we're on the ball. We're on top of things. Okay. May as well stick our radios on. Okay, we must have had the radios on before, so on the Barrow, which is at 280. Okay. And just tell them to come.
Verehrte Gäste, wir beginnen unseren Anflug. Wir werden daher unseren Service jetzt einstellen. Des Weiteren darf ich Sie bitten, dass Sie auf Ihre Plätze zurückkehren und sich dort wieder anschnallen. Vielen Dank.
Okay, so you heard it from the man himself. Coming down, getting ready to land. Yeah, there's not much difference between the cruising altitudes of both of them. The 737 will get there quicker, as the 747 is obviously a lot more heavier. But there's not a lot of difference unless you want to take it to Concorde. Weather down there is 090 at 8, so we're perfect, spot on for 09 right. Also set our auto brake, put it to number 1, get a bit of speed as we fly down the runway. Yeah, Concorde was a nice little plane. Never flew on it. It was a little bit too expensive for my expenses, but whoever got to fly on that must have been a blast on takeoff. So we're now coming down. It's going through 23,000 to come down for our 2,500 to intercept the localizer. Runway 09 right. So far so good. Aircraft stable, descended her down early. So she comes down nice and smooth without any problems. And that's obviously what's happening, as we're only coming down at around 1,000 feet per minute, which is perfect, which means we'll get a gradual descent profile down into London Heathrow, and we won't have to hold at all when we come down onto the runway. As yesterday we had to go into a holding pattern just to burn off the excess. Okay, so 290, slow the aircraft down. Go down to 270. That way the aircraft can come down nice and stable. Sorry guys, was just checking something out. How's it going, Flight Sim World Germany? Guten Rusk, if I said it correctly. Happy New Year, my man. Many happy returns. Yep, I am using Headshake Pan. Hope you're all well as well. Welcome to the flight. So we're now coming down into Heathrow. Slow it down a little bit more. Slow it down to 250. And no, Jake, the 737 doesn't dump fuel as far as I know. We don't have no fuel dumps. Just got cross feed to feed through to another tank. One's a bit low. So I've slowed down now to 250. We'll now get ready. Apologies if I don't reply back straight away, as I'll reply back as quick as I can. As now we're coming in for the approach. Just make sure everything is all good. Transition altitude 6,000 for Heathrow. So we'll smack the altimeters when we get down to 6. Our altimeter settings, that's one thing that we do need to do, and we'll set the ILS up as we go. So for altimeters, London Heathrow 1032. All done. Now we'll just go over to the other side. (1032) set. And we'll put the ILS nav frequencies in once we've finished our turn. How's it going, Epic ET Gaming? Captain Reynolds, welcome, my man. And Emirates 056, welcome to the channel. My frame rates on here are going to be very low because of where I'm using the 4K TV. I can afford to turn things down. The TV's practically doing majority of the work for me at the moment. I've got anti-aliasing off, reflections are off, and we've still got quite nice quality, and some settings in the Samsung that makes things more smoother. You know, I don't mind now. I would have gone for the 60 frames, etc. But the telly tells me that I'm not really getting a lot of frames. But for the smoothness, it's because I've got the anti-motion setting on, sort of like game mode. Got the 4K native set on the television, but I'm streaming it obviously at 1080. So what we can do now is we'll get them ILS's in and everything right now. Start slowing the aircraft down. 8320. Okay, and for the approach 109.50.90. So that was set of courses. And what I might do is I might actually hold so we can kill off some of this altitude. So what we've got? Oh, he's 20 miles out. We'll be alright. So we've got Dorky and got landing lights back on. Okay, what I'm going to do is I am going to hold at door key and I'm going to hold at 3000 and what we can also do is we can come off that, take that to 1000. That slows down, kill off our speed, and we'll come in. Because I want this to go nice and smooth. This one ain't pre-recorded, Matthew. We're here live right now. Not like before. We're here getting ready to come down. Yeah, we'll stay at 220, that's alright. And then from the hold, we've got Ockham, which we'll just do a direct to once we've burned off our altitude. Simple. Intercept the ILS, and away we go. We'll get it popping. Okay, one thing we could actually do whilst we're here is we need to do our radios. So, what was it? 109, 109.50. Okay. 109.50 and 109.50. I'll activate them when I come back around. Okay, let's have a look. 230, 120, that's alright. Okay, so the aircraft's going to go into the hold as soon as we've burned off some altitude, and we'll just direct it back to Ockham to then come in for 9 right. Okay, so stay 230 on the hold. How's it going, Wolf Productions? Hope you're well, bro. Yeah, Fatsimi does use the internet. Okay, so let's now turn our altimeters back to 1032. Stop for 4. Whole cockpit went black. There we come, that's your reshade kicking in now. Oh, step 5. 1 4's alright.
Thousand to go.
Okay, 1000 to 4. What I can do also is send that to Dork now. Okay. Take that down.
Thousand to go.
Okay, so we'll come down to 3 and then we'll drop to 2.5 just before we intercept. There. Start coming down. No, I'm not a real pilot, Alma. I had dreams of ambitions years and years, many years ago. If I had the money, I would go and become a pilot. Definitely. That was the intention many years when I left school. I was going to go into the RAF and train to be a pilot through that way. So yeah, aviation's always been with me growing up. Right now, I've got a nice big bird to land, and we're going to do that right now. So our last right, and then we'll switch on the localizers. Switch the navs on for our radios, and then start dropping flap settings. So now we can bring over the throttles as we are now getting ready for our approach. Okay, Ockham setting 240, we're okay at 220. Out window, very bright. So I'm going to turn off from Ockham. Stay at our minimum flaps. As it is going to be a bit of a blind one, but we're all set up, ready to go. Okay. Turn the radios on. So we're going for a 149 flaps 40 approach. And what I'm going to do also is I'm going to set this up for a cat, if I can do it quick enough. It does look pretty crappy out there. Right, for that is 100. Oops. Okay. 100 is set. Okay, now we need to get down to 2005 or miss the localizer.
Thousand to go.
Okay, flaps 5. Okay. Let the what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait until the localizer goes over to the left. Okay.
2500.
It's fine, we'll let the aircraft stay there. Once we made that left turn, then I'll click the approach in and we'll see what happens. Okay, so there's the VOR lock. It's because we need to turn around. So 179. Okay, so we'll wait for the localizer to come back. Now the glide slope has come alive as well. Turn the approach on double up. Okay. Forward gear. 149. Okay, there's glide slope, gears down, auto brake set. There we go, in for that left turn now for the airport. As soon as visibility becomes visible, then we'll disconnect. So far, we have the glide slope active. Okay, winds are okay. Wait for the land 3 to show up. Happy New Year, Wolf Productions. I didn't see some comments a minute ago as I was just sorting out the controls. Yeah, I'm using Reshade right now. I haven't used everything on it. I've only used like about 3 or 4 different things, and that's about it really. I'm going to play around with it a little bit more. I've got some Reshade settings that I need to do, but let's get ready. See this runway. Flaps 40, 149 stable. ILS is established, we haven't switched over. Should do. Whoops. Oops. Okay.
Thousand feet stabilized.
Let's see what happens. Okay, there we go. Out of the clouds. Airport in sight. I have full control.
500.
Just wait for the guys to come back. There we go.
400. 300. 2 approaching minimums. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, speed brakes are up and reversers are active. That wasn't a bad one. I thought we wasn't going to see the airport, thought we weren't going to come out of them clouds for a second. But we did, just the last minute. Okay, so reversers can go back in. We'll go down to the bomb. Thanks to everyone if you was there for it. Okay, so turn the auto brake off. Okay, let's get our charts. Okay, so
travel agency and the entire crew, we would like to say goodbye to you. We hope you've enjoyed your flight with us. Wish you a safe trip home. So take care, and we hope to see you soon again.
sorry my man, I was meant to retract the flaps down as we were coming. Sorry about that. So Sierra 5. I'm going to go back up the terminal. There we are, guys. Down in Heathrow. Wasn't a bad flight. I'll just find a gate. We'll park her up. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Yeah, sorry Jake, I didn't totally cross my mind. If you're there for the next one, I'll make sure that you definitely see the flaps retract after takeoff or put the VNav on. Thanks everyone for your comments. We'll now just taxi to a gate and get her all set into the new year. We're on Sierra. Turn left here. Oh. Should have really gone over the other side of the airport, but we're here now anyway. Might not be any room for us. Because we came out on 9 right. As we came off, we should have crossed over onto 9. So we should have departed over onto the left. Not to worry. We'll keep our strobes on as we're going to fly over anyway. Okay, so we'll wing it across now to the terminal. Okay, so November 4 Echo. Oh, now we can turn our strobes back to steady, and we can turn our landing lights off. If we was doing other things, and we could have started the APU, etc. Not going to fit in here, I think, because we've got the parking add-on as well. Sometimes there's not enough room to where we might want to go. Got a little Airbus there. A little Airbus. Yeah, I will next time, my man. Usually it's not too much of a problem. I was trying to find a terminal for TUI as well. But the next flight that we do, I'll make sure I get the terminal wherever we're going, for whatever airline. Okay, and here we are. Out the gate. And there we are, guys. We'll probably go a little bit more forward, do a bit more thrust. There we go. Yeah. Thought I'd do that on purpose, just for the fun of it. Is she there? Where's she gone? There she is. And there we are, guys. Down in Heathrow Airport from Dusseldorf. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you all again with our normal flights. I'll decide whether we're going to do full 4K flights, as obviously they are big files. But there will be 4K flights of either arrivals, departures, normal flights as per usual, every day, daily, if not once every 2 days. I'm about. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for being there. I wish you all a happy new year and many safe returns. Bye bye for now. And thanks to everybody that was in the stream today, that supports the channel, subscribes a lot. I appreciate it, and it means a lot. So I'll see you soon in 2020.